Joining us right now via Zoom chat is our good friend Mark Houck from the Kingsmen Apostolate. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, Joe.
Praise be to God. There was a great piece of news last night. It's been nerve wracking for some folks for sure, but here's a quote from a leaked uh, decision, potential draft decision of overturning Roe v. Wade from Justice Samuel Alito. It says, "Quote: Roe was egregiously wrong from the start. Its reasoning was exceptionally weak, and the decision has had damaging consequences. And far from bringing about a national settlement of the abortion issue, Roe and Casey have inflamed debate and deepened division." Close quote. This is from the draft leaked to the world last night by Justice Samuel Alito, although he didn't leak it. We don't know who did. What say you, Mark Houck?
Well, this is what we've been praying for. This is what we've been hoping for. It's great news. Yeah, this is unprecedented for a leak to come from the Supreme Court. In fact, somebody's going to be in big trouble. But we're grateful to hear this news, and we had anticipated this coming in June. So we got to beef up the prayers to make sure this isn't being leaked to get the abortion campaign going in advance of these upcoming elections. So we're hopeful. The war or the battle is not won, I should say. It's just beginning, but we're excited to hear that this is coming, and I feel like it's going to be a majority opinion coming in June. But we're grateful and excited to hear this.
I know you spend quite a bit of time actually, praying in front of abortion clinic and spending time talking to people. You've done this for many years, praise be to God. And for many years, we've been told that this is a constitutional right. This is something that every woman has a right. Now they can't define woman apparently. However, we are told they have the rights nonetheless. But yet this draft document, Justice Alito sort of addresses that. He says the Constitution does not prohibit the citizens of each state from regulating or prohibiting abortion. The draft concludes Roe and Casey
Right.
aggregated that authority. We now overrule those decisions and return that authority to the people and their elected representatives. Where in the Constitution does it say that women have a right to abortion?
Yeah, well, it doesn't. We all have a right under God to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Fulton Sheen, Archbishop Fulton Sheen, who was a prophet essentially in his time, he said, well, about evil, and we can say abortion is evil. He said, first we overlook evil, and this is what happened in the 1960s. We overlook evil. We did have abortion in this country, California, New York. We overlook evil, then we permit evil. 1973, Roe v. Wade decision. We legalize it. We legalize evil. We promote evil. We celebrate evil. Then we persecute those who still call it evil. And Sheen finally closed with, "Evil may have its hour, but God will have his day." And so we know this is not of God. Our founding fathers knew this was not knew this was not of God, and put it in the Constitution to protect all life. So sadly, this is the work of the evil one. And but light is coming in and has been pouring in through the work of the pro-life movement. We have 26 states that have banned abortion. So once it comes back to the states, we'll have 26 states which have these trigger laws which will trigger the banning of abortion in that state. 14 states are working on legalizing abortion in the state. So that leaves about 10 still undecided, includes my state of Pennsylvania.
I feel like the country is lining up on sides again. We're having a flashback here of the Civil War time where the country was deeply divided and split, and we're seeing this again. Do you feel like that will raise tensions in the United States to a point where we could see our armed conflict in the future?
Joe, I just was sharing with my wife. I go down every week to the abortion facility in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I would go this Wednesday. And I said, usually I bring my son, my 13-year-old son with me. I said, I'm not bringing him this week because I don't know what the tensions are going to be like down there. And I don't want him down there if something goes awry. So I believe there will be violence. I hate to say that. I believe there will be violence, and I believe there will be people arrested, and they will be criminalized for this behavior. It's going to be something very different than what we've seen from the pro-abortion side. Now we're going to take away this right of theirs that they hold inviolate. This is a holy thing to them. This is a sacrament to them. This contraception and abortion. They're going to fight for it. So we got to be prepared for some things that we're not used to seeing.
You know, Mark, before we were on with you, we were talking about what's the strategy here. There's not much history of these arguments being leaked. I mean, there's small examples here and there, but nothing like this. A full argument has not been leaked like this before, as far as I know. And I'm thinking, what's the strategy here? Why are they releasing this? You know, we got midterms coming up. But when you talked about violence just now, I'm thinking maybe they're trying to stoke people to go out and be militant about this. What do you think about that?
I think anything's possible, and I agree with you. This leak is major news, and it's unprecedented. So why is it happening now? Is it the leftist agenda to get their voters lined up? I don't know. But we just got to beef up the prayers, and as you said, be prepared for anything. Evil's going to fight. It's an unholy sacrament, I should have said earlier, for them, and we just got to be prepared. And we have our rosary in our hands, and it's the month of Mary. So what a perfect month for this to be leaked, I guess. We're praying our rosary, and we're by Our Lady's side, and Saint Michael will protect us in this battle. So we'll just persevere and continue to pray for the justices, because this opinion is how it works. They vote on it, and they continue to vote on it, and the majority will win. So hopefully that will be what we've seen in the leak.
Mark, I was just thinking this morning and last night when I heard about this, like right now is there, just like Joe was mentioning to me earlier, how in the document they talk about how we can't take public pressure into consideration here. We have to just, do what is right by the court. And but the problem is that we're human beings, and we saw that the attacks that the justices received just trying to be brought as Supreme Court justices, and they remember that, and they can even imagine that all hell breaking loose, quite literally all hell breaking loose against this. And I'm just thinking of the time that we need of calm, courage, and confidence, and that we need to have this idea of Don Juan of Austria at the Battle of Lepanto saying there's no paradise for cowards. And my friend sent me a quote from Tolkien, and it made me think of a quote from him saying, no half-heartedness and no worldly fear must turn us aside from following the light unflinchingly. And that light being the light of the world, our Lord. What say you about courage during this time, Mark Houck?
Oh, courage, as C.S. Lewis said, is the testing point for all virtues, paraphrasing, of course. So we got to be courageous, even more so now. We can't stop. We can't be afraid of that agenda. We got to continue to pray and show up for our vigils, and continue to fight and provide services to women and children still in need, and fathers, and help reach out to those that are wounded. And so, the pro-life movement has always done this. It's nothing new for us. We just continue, we press on, we persevere. And so, while we celebrate this leaked news and pray for the hopeful result to be the same, we continue to know that the battle is still waging, and that the battle will wage beyond the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And so we can continue to fight, and we will persevere, as you said, Adrian, there, and have that courage. Courage is a gift of the Holy Spirit, and so we all need to summon it through our confirmation, summon it to engage in that battle every day. And I think a lot of people don't, because they are afraid. And this is the time of that saints are being raised up. This is a great opportunity for all of us to give witness to how we truly feel in this country, because the majority want life and womb to be protected.
I speculate whether or not whoever did leak the document might have done so, pure speculation on my part, might have done so in order to activate the left, in order to rally before the midterms, of course, but also to potentially change the outcome here, because until the actual decision is handed down, it is my understanding that they can change their opinions even up to the moment. So this could just be one draft of several outcomes here. We're going to pray that this is actually the way it happens. And hopefully they will announce this very soon. But with a few minutes left with Mark Houck from the King's Men. The King's Men, this is part of what the King's Men does, is to train men to be courageous in the fight for civilization, for the salvation of souls, and for the building up of their families, no?
Oh, it's 100% part of what we do for men when we call them to be protectors, leaders, protectors, providers, but to go out and protect women and children. As you well know, Joe, we always summon men to that battle, and we're there, and we have been fighting that battle for 20 years, and we'll continue to fight. But yeah, you're right, it's core to our manhood.
And you've got you're giving out prizes right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm giving out some prizes. I'm giving out $300 gift certificate for a watch. But what are you giving out?
Oh, thanks for sharing. Yeah, we just have a little fundraiser going on, some cool getaways and prizes. If people go to thekingsmen.org, they can check it out. But we're just trying to galvanize our network and the people of goodwill, and give them something back, as you guys always do for your wonderful supporters. Try to help them at the same time that they're going to support a good cause. And so we have some destination getaways to
Nice
beach houses that donors donated to our little fundraiser. So there's some other cool things on there too. Out in your way too, by Arizona, we got some opportunities as well.
As well as the End of the Wild at Flagstaff later this year.
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, there'll be a chance to get a retreat for $50, which is great. You can buy a ticket, and you might win we're giving 10 of them away to the Flagstaff Into the Wild that you're going to be at, that you're going to be emceeing for us. So that's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it's an outdoor experiential retreat for men, building them up as leaders, protectors, providers. Great events. My favorite Catholic men's retreats ever. And guys, bring your sons. It's going to be a great time. Flagstaff, Arizona. What are the dates again? September
15th to the 18th.
September 15th through the 18th. So you're gonna learn how to orient the land with a map and compass, build fires and chapels, and just all kinds of really cool outdoor stuff. And it's going to be amazing. So join us. Go to thekingsmen.org for more information. Mark Houck, thanks for your witness, sir. God bless you. God love you. Have a great day.